monster is Num Num.
Monster Num Num.
Yes.
Cookie. Nom 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 nom. Bye-bye.
Hello YouTube, it is your boy Deep CP and I am back with another video, and this is a different type of video from the content I normally make. I normally don't make cooking videos or anything like that, but a couple of my friends in my personal life actually told me that they kind of miss the cooking videos I used to make, and I thought I would do one for old time's sake. And last year I actually was going to make this video, but I put it off because I could not figure out what to do with the eye portion to this recipe. So what we're going to attempt to make today is actually Starro the Conqueror from the Suicide Squad in cookie form. And I've always wanted to learn how to make Lofthouse style cookies, which is those cookies that you would get at the grocery store that's got like that icing on the top and they're really soft. I wanted to do a Suicide Squad themed video again, but I couldn't figure out what to do. So I decided to make Starro as a cookie, and I really hope you guys enjoy the video. This is actually two cookies combined into one. The first cookie we're going to be making is the body portion. The second portion will be the eye. It's a green vanilla wafer covered with icing. And I think this was the best option I had. And I really, really love the way these cookies turned out. If you guys enjoy what you see, I will leave a link in the description on where the recipes came from. I did not come up with these recipes myself. I actually got these from some great chefs here on YouTube. And their videos will be in the description down below, as well as I will put all the ingredients and things you will need in the description box as well. Let's get started. For the body portion of this recipe, you're going to need pink and blue food coloring, 2 sticks of butter, some kosher salt, some sugar, milk, cornstarch, sour cream, an egg, room temperature, and the same for the butter, vanilla extract, some sour cream, all-purpose flour, baking soda, baking powder, some very fine pink sprinkles, and we're also going to need granulated sugar. You're going to need 2 measuring bowls, some parchment paper, an electric hand mixer, a butter knife, a cookie roller or a dough roller or whatever you prefer to call it, a whisk, star-shaped cookie cutters, measuring cups and measuring spoons, and a large spoon, and a cooling rack. Alright, so we're going to start out with our dry ingredients. We're going to get 2 cups of flour and put it inside of a large mixing bowl. Now we're going to get a 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda and 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. And we're going to add 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt. We're going to use 1 tablespoon of cornstarch. Now we're going to start on our wet ingredients, so go ahead and grab a second mixing bowl. We're going to get a stick of room temperature butter, and we're going to use an electric mixer. We're going to use 1 cup of granulated sugar. You're going to mix it up until it's light and fluffy. Then we're going to get our large spoon and we're going to scrape the bowl down just to get all the excess off the sides. Now we're going to get a room temperature egg and add it to our ingredients. Now we're going to add 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Now we're going to get 1/4 cup of sour cream and add it to our mix. So now we're going to use our electric mixer and we're going to mix in all our ingredients together. Now this is where we're going to add our dry ingredients. So go ahead and grab that other mixing bowl we made before and add it to our wet ingredients. Go ahead and use your electric mixer until it's nice and combined and get ready for our next step. So now that we have our wet and dry ingredients, this is the fun part. We're going to add our pink food coloring. This is the part of the body that was most important because this is going to be what sticks out the most. So you want to make sure it's a pretty bright pink or close to a reddish pink to fit in with Starro's color scheme. Go ahead and take your ingredients out of the bowl and we're going to transfer it onto some parchment paper. Then we're going to get our dough roller and we're going to roll it out to about 1/4 inch thick. Now we're going to get a star-shaped cookie cutter. We're going to get the largest one that we have and we're going to use that to cut out our dough. Now we're going to put them in the oven at 375 for about 8 to 9 minutes. Now we're going to take them out of the oven once the 9-minute mark's hit and we're going to put them on our cooling sheet. Now we're going to move on to the icing portion. And we're going to take another stick of butter and we're going to stick this inside our mixing bowl. Now we're going to take a pinch of kosher salt and add it just to add a little bit of extra flavor. Now we're going to cream up the butter just to where it's nice and spread out all over the bowl. As soon as it's creamed up, now we're going to add 2 cups of powdered sugar. Now we're going to add in 2 tablespoons of milk. Now we're going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now we're going to add in our blue food coloring, and this is where the Staro colors really start to pop. I tried to find a darker blue, but this light blue was the closest I could find with the food coloring available at my local supermarket. Go ahead and grab your electric mixer and mix it all together. Now we're going to transfer it over to the piping bag and probably fail, but attempt to get this to look right. And we're basically just going to be moving in a star-shaped pattern to fill up just the top, but not completely cover the entire cookie. And honestly, I think they turned out pretty nice for what we had to work with. For our preparation, we're going to go ahead and preheat our oven to 350 degrees. We're going to go ahead and grab 1 stick of room temperature butter. Now we're going to get a 2/3 cup of granulated sugar. Now we're going to get our electric mixer, and we're going to mix our sugar and butter together until it's nice and fluffy. Now we're going to get 1 egg and add it to our mix. And we're also going to put 4 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Now we're going to start with our dry ingredients. So we're going to go ahead and grab another mixing bowl. We're going to need 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour and 3/4 teaspoon of baking powder. We're also going to use a 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt. Now we're going to get our whisk and we're going to whisk them together until they're nicely combined. Now we're going to get our wet ingredients and we're going to put half of the dry ingredients in with them and mix it all together. We're going to get 1 tablespoon of whole milk and then mix it in. And now we're going to add the rest of our flour mixture. While we're mixing our ingredients together, we can't forget our green food coloring. Now you can use green or yellow, it won't really matter. This is going to be the eye portion of the recipe, but I decided on the green because I thought it would contrast well with the bright blue and it would look well with the pink. But you can use yellow, either one will work for whatever you choose. Now we're going to get our big spoon. We're going to scrape the sides of the bowl and get all the excess all well combined together. Since we don't have a scoop for our cookies, we're going to use a 1/2 teaspoon and we're going to put them onto a sheet of parchment paper. Now that we have the cookies outside of the oven after 15 minutes, now we're going to put them on our cooling sheet. Now that the cookies have cooled off, we're going to get our black icing as well as our white icing. We're going to go over the top of the green cookies and we're going to just make a little iris part to the eyeball. I am not good at this by any way, shape, form, or fashion, so I'm not going to call myself an expert, but this is the best I could do. Now we're going to get our white and we're just going to dab right in the corner of the eye so it looks like it's a reflecting light. Now we're going to stick the eyeball onto our cookie. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is our cookies. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I've had a blast filming this. And to me, personally, I've never decorated cookies or made anything like this before. So this is completely new for me. I have to say, I'm really impressed with the way these turned out. I mean, just the little eyeball and all the little touches and details that I put into this. Some of them, the eyes didn't turn out the way I was hoping for. The cookies became a little too big when they baked, and it's okay. I worked with it the best I could. I think they turned out really nicely, and they taste great. Now you can eat these all at once, but me personally, I prefer to take them apart and eat the eye first. Oh, it's so good. It's got that signature vanilla wafer taste, but the icing gives it that extra flavor. And then you get the Lofthouse cookie. Now you can eat them separate or you can eat them all together. It's just, there's so much to try to do it all at once. I love the Lofthouse cookie the most. This was what I was mostly wanting to make. The eyeball was just an excuse to have some vanilla wafers. But these are great. And if you guys want to try to make these, I'll pop a link in the description down below so you can check out the recipes. And I'll also leave the ingredients and everything down below as well. These are wonderful cookies. If you have a family, these are great to make. And if you're going to do a Suicide Squad or a DC themed party, this is absolutely perfect for you. Anybody that's a fan of James Gunn's Suicide Squad is automatically going to love these cookies. And the taste is fantastic as well. If you guys enjoyed the video, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, surf into that subscribe button, wave in for notifications, and stay tuned for more buried treasure. Thanks for watching, guys, and stay tuned.
Nom nom.
Yes, Nanale. We made nom noms. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Oh, we're cooking.